Are there any other guys out there who sometimes just wish they could escape? They wish they could just leave the struggles of day to day life and society behind and just, I don't know, walk somewhere. Just pick a direction and start wandering. Just have a backpack, chuck some essentials in there, and just find somewhere to wander to. Or something that I always imagine I want to do is just have like a ranch somewhere. Just a farm in the middle of nowhere, or maybe in like a small little town, a small little village, tight knit community, and just live. Like, just enjoy nature, enjoy the people around me, have freedom. Because there's so many things in modern life that restrict your freedom. And a lot of it's to do with money, a lot of it's to do with circumstance. For example, if you buy a house and get a mortgage, you're kind of just stuck with that. You can't really move wherever you want. You have to stick to the agreement of paying back the bank for however many years, which is crazy to me. Same with things like cars that people buy. Same with just debt that people have. That's a major thing that keeps people trapped. And it might just me being a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Imagine. Um, it could just be me just being with the fairies and what have you, but I have posters on my wall, right? And one of them is sometimes freedom looks like this, and it's a guy, sat on his front porch, looking at the sun, looking at some mountains in the distance, looks like a cowboy. And then I have another one above that where it's like an old log cabin in the middle of the Wisconsin wilderness. And that to me is just so romantic, so appealing. I hope one day I can like get to a level of success or just get to a stage in my life where I'm able to do that. And there's just so many external pressures that stop you sometimes. Now, in theory, I could just do that. I could just chuck stuff in my bag and start wandering. But it's not as simple as that. Of course, I'd have parents wondering what the heck I'm doing with my life. I'd have people looking out for me. I'd have. Well, I guess it's mainly just family and friends really just wondering what the heck are you doing? You're meant to be going, you're meant to be studying or getting a job. Why are you just wandering about from place to place? And isn't that really what humans were supposed to do? We were meant to be wanderers, we were meant to be explorers. Like, the only reason why we started sticking in one place was because of agriculture, because it was a, comfortable source of food. We didn't need to start following animals around and hunting them. We could just grow things from the ground and eat that. And I guess I read a couple of books on the subject, and I don't want to say that agriculture is where humans started to get nerfed or whatever, but it's when we started to become comfortable and not wanting to, I guess, well, not necessarily not wanting to, but I guess just becoming comfortable, becoming okay with what life has to give us. Because in modern life, in first world countries, life is pretty alright. Like, we go to work, we drive cars, we can buy food. Of course, there is some economic struggle, obviously, with inflation and what have you, but overall, life is just okay in terms of the basic human need of survival. It's pretty good, to be honest. Our ancestors' brains would completely fry if they understood that we'd be able to live to 100 plus years old. Like, that would be crazy and alien to them. It's still crazy to think about now, but I think there's something much deeper inside of us where we just want something more. And that might just be human greed. Just like, I mean, I'm eternally grateful for the things I have, but I just want to go somewhere. I just want to do things. And it's just annoying that I have to. Well, saying that, I was going to say it's annoying that I have to earn money to do all this stuff, but I guess it's a lesson to be learned. It's something that's essential because nothing worth having comes easy. And being able to travel and have the opportunity to get freedom and stuff, you've got to work hard for that. You can't just be given that on a silver platter. You've got to earn money. You've got to do the things you don't want to do, work long hours, whether that's working a job or building a business. You've got to put the work in. And it's going to be hard either way. If you don't put the work in, you're going to have a hard life. You're going to have a continue in this seemingly meaningless existence wishing you'd done all these things 20, 30 years from now. Or you could choose to have a hard experience now, and then in the future, you're going to be so grateful for your past self that he had that blood, sweat, and tears to be able to create this wonderful life and to give you your freedom. And there's some times where I, fantasize about being a wanderer and going to place for place, traveling to exotic locations. Like near where I live, there's some nice bit of countryside area. So there's times where I'll just be walking in a field, like you can't really hear cars. You can only hear like distant murmurs of birds in the distance and maybe, the odd tractor on a farm. But I was just sort of wandering this field and just feeling like the only human on the planet, just feeling at peace. And this isn't saying that I dislike people, not all, but sometimes you just wish you could just explore the world by yourself and just be free to roam around, not have to worry about money or any other stuff like that. Just be an observer in this wonderful, crazy dream we call life. And I was wondering if any other people out there had sort of the desire to, escape sometimes, disappear, just take up and leave. But unfortunately, like I said, we can't do that sometimes. People have commitments. If you're an older person, maybe you have family, children to look after. So it would be very immoral for you to just take up and leave. But maybe if you work hard on yourself, you can bring the people around you up with you. You can build a wonderful empire. And then you can have all of these people who are part of your wonderful existence. But that can only happen if you put the work in, man. That's just the be-all and end-all of it. But I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you could do it. I'm sure if you have this desire, because I think there's a lot of people who have this desire, but they just instantly dismiss it and they doubt themselves. But I think if you're watching a video like this, then you must have something in you. Something that's different from regular people. The desire to do well. The urge to make something of yourself. And to finally achieve freedom. And be the captain of your own life. Because a lot of things are just controlled like controllers. We're controlled by money. We're controlled by our companies that we work for. We're controlled by social media. All of these things. It's finally time to take control and decide for yourself what you want to do with your life. And for me, I just want to... The ideal life for me would just be to earn enough money doing whatever so that I could just travel. Just see what this beautiful world has to offer, have great experiences, meet people that I never would have met otherwise had I not taken that step to improve myself. And that to me seems like a life worth living. So let me know in the comments what your plans are if you have this desire to just disappear, to just, move to the other side of the world and start afresh. Or any other dreams that you have, let me know in the comments below. This was a very, very deep talk. I didn't necessarily mean the video to be this deep, but I guess that's just how my brain works sometimes. If you've enjoyed it, please sure to like, subscribe, share it with your grandmother, who I'm sure would love to listen to my wonderful voice and my nattering on. And I hope you have a fantastic day. God bless, and as always, take care of yourself.